Hey everyone, and welcome back. Ready to dive deep. Today, we're tackling a topic that's close to all of us, relationships.
Yeah, those bonds, those connections, those things that can make us feel like we're on cloud nine one minute and then have us questioning everything the next.
Exactly. And while every relationship is unique, just like every person is unique, there are some fundamental principles that contribute to building strong, healthy, and fulfilling connections. And that's what we're digging into today.
Like, what are those core elements, those foundational pieces that set the stage for a relationship that can truly stand the test of time?
Precisely. We're talking about those early stages, those pivotal moments when two people are just starting to explore the potential of something special. What can they do right from the get-go to cultivate a bond that's built to last?
And to get to the bottom of this, we've got a bit of a blueprint, right?
We do. Think of it like this. You wouldn't build a house on shaky ground, would you?
Definitely not. You need a solid foundation. And relationships are no different.
Exactly. So let's start laying those foundation blocks, shall we? And our first cornerstone is all about trust.
It's the bedrock, isn't it?
Mhm.
Trust. I mean, without it, you're building on sand.
100%. But building trust takes time. It's not just going to magically appear overnight. What can people do early on in a relationship to start fostering that trust?
Well, I think it starts with honesty. Real honesty, not just, surface level stuff.
Right, like, oh, I like your shoes.
Exactly. Like, be genuine, be authentic, share something real, even if it makes you feel a little vulnerable.
Yeah, like, hey, I'm actually terrified of spiders.
Exactly. Because that kind of vulnerability, it's like an invitation. It says, hey, I'm willing to let you see the real me. And that can be incredibly powerful in building trust.
It's like you're saying, I trust you enough to be myself around you.
And that's huge.
Okay, so we've got honesty and vulnerability as key ingredients for building trust.
What about communication? That's another big one, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Communication is like the lifeblood of a relationship.
But it's more than just talking, right?
Right, it's about really listening. And not just waiting for your turn to speak, but truly hearing and understanding what the other person is saying.
Active listening.
Yes. And it's about expressing your own needs and feelings clearly and respectfully.
And maybe even sometimes saying, hey, I need a minute to process this. Absolutely. Because we all process things differently, and that's okay. It's about creating that safe space where both people feel comfortable being open and honest with each other.
So true. Okay, we've covered trust. We've talked about communication. What's next on our list of foundational elements?
Well, how about celebrating those differences?
Respecting each other's differences.
Yeah,
Right.
because let's be real, no two people are exactly alike.
Thank goodness for that.
Seriously. And those differences, they can be a source of so much richness and growth in a relationship, but only if we approach them with respect and understanding.
Like instead of trying to change someone, we embrace what makes them unique.
Exactly. Because trying to fit someone into a mold that they don't fit into, that just leads to frustration and resentment.
It's so true. I love that. So we're celebrating those differences. We're seeing them as strengths, not weaknesses. What's next?
Well, I think it's important to have, at least some shared goals or a shared vision for the future.
Okay, yeah. Like where do we see ourselves going together?
Exactly. And this doesn't have to be, set in stone or anything. It's more about having some alignment on those big picture aspirations.
Like, do we both want to travel the world? Do we both want to start a family? Do we both want to open a bakery together?
Exactly. It doesn't have to be anything fancy.
Right. But having those shared goals, even if they evolve over time, it gives you something to work towards together, to dream about together, to be excited about together.
And it helps to keep that momentum going in the relationship.
For sure. Okay, and our final cornerstone for building a strong relationship foundation is
Drumroll, please.
it's quality time.
Not just any time, but quality time.
That's right, because it's easy to just coexist, right?
Whoa, absolutely. Just scrolling through our phones while we're sitting next to each other on the couch.
Been there.
We've all been there. But that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about intentional, present, quality time together.
Where you're fully engaged, you're putting away the distractions, and you're really connecting with each other.
And that could look like so many different things. It could be going for a hike together, cooking a meal together, having a deep conversation, or even just cuddling up on the couch and watching a movie together without looking at your phones.
Yes. It's about creating those shared experiences, those moments of connection that deepen your bond.
Exactly. Because at the end of the day, those are the moments that we're going to remember.
They're the glue that holds everything together.
They really are.
So there you have it, folks. Our 5 foundational elements for building a strong, healthy relationship?
Starting with trust, that open and honest communication, respecting each other's differences, setting shared goals, and investing in that quality time together.
And remember, these are just the starting blocks.
Yeah, this is just the foundation, but it's a pretty darn good foundation if I do say so myself.
It really is. And it's something that we can all work on, no matter where we're at in our relationship.
Yes, absolutely. Because relationships take effort, they take work, but the rewards are so worth it.
They absolutely are. So as you go about your day today, think about these foundational elements and maybe challenge yourself to pick one and focus on it, even in a small way.
Yeah. What's one little thing you can do today to strengthen the foundation of an important relationship in your life?
Because even small actions can make a big difference over time. Until next time, keep building those strong, beautiful connections.
You got this.